Hello, I'm just doing a really short tuition video on how to hold a plectrum. Okay, so plectrums come in all different sort of thicknesses and colours, and some of them have kind of patterns on. They're great gifts for kids if you kind of get these different ones. But one thing that comes up quite a lot is how to hold it. So when people get a plectrum, they quite often hold it with two fingers. Maybe they hold it the wrong way round, or they hold it kind of in slightly the wrong place. So I just want to go over how to hold a plectrum. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to suggest if you hold the plectrum by its tip, so then you can kind of get it with the other hand, and put your thumb sort of all the way across, and then your index finger to support it. So then you've got this sort of perpendicular, your thumb is sort of at right angles to the tip, and that is what I would consider to be a correct posture. A lot of people initially try and hold it with a different finger, which would kind of work to a certain level, but with your index finger is the best. And a lot of people often hold it sort of too near the back of the plectrum, so it's a bit too kind of wobbly, and occasionally too close to the front. But as you'll find, you naturally kind of have a bit sticking out like this, and actually as you get more advanced you might use a more thicker plectrum and you might hold it nearer the tip. So if I just grab a guitar just to show you what I mean, so when you have get your plectrum, get your thumb kind of so it's perpendicular, and then your finger like that, and then we strum across the strings like that. You can strum in both directions. If you hold it near the back, it's a bit loose, you get a lot more plastic, and you're more prone to dropping it. If you hold it near the tip, you get a bit more of a scrapey sound with your fingers. But yeah, as you get more advanced, you might hold it quite near the tip to do sort of more intricate stuff. I would say a little bit sticking out, but not a great deal. You can see I've got like about that much sticking out. That's my thumb. Yeah, like that. Just a little bit on different thicknesses. So let's pick up a couple. So this is 0.8 millimeters, 0.5 millimeters, and you can see 0.5 is a lot more bendy, 0.46 millimeters. So if I was to strum 0.46, so beginners generally will prefer a little bit more thinner plectrums, and as you get a little bit more used to it, you can have a thicker plectrum with more attack. What's this one? 0.96. And especially if you're using it for kind of actually picking out individual strings, as you will as you go through your guitar journey. Let's just try it on an electric guitar as well. Let's see if this is on. So again, this one is a recycled plectrum. So I actually found that sort of cards like this is a sort of an old club card, but you can have a bank card, and this plectrum maker is really useful. You can just sort of do like a hole punch of plectrums, and that's about the right thickness. So yeah, this was yeah, a club card. This was actually an old telephone card. That's about the right thickness, maybe like 0.5, 0.6. So yeah, you can see there's quite a quite a lot of different ones that I made from an ice cream tub, I think. If any of my students sort of want to bring in a card, I'll happily make some plectrums from it. So you can see you've got a nice movement there, forward and back. So if you're using the wrong finger like that, as actually I did when I was first learning guitar, yeah, it doesn't feel as natural with the tendons. Would you get away with it? Maybe you'd get away with it, but go for index finger and go for thumb sort of right the way, sort of across the body of the plectrum. Like I say, hold it from the tip, put your thumb on the majority of it. That's better that way around. And then index finger to support like that. Yeah, sometimes you get people with like sort of hold their knuckles like that, but try and maybe have those other fingers loose, okay? Because again, sort of later on you might want to do sort of hybrid picking where you pick you pick with a plectrum and a finger. So having them loose is useful. Yeah, so, oh, there you go. An old BT phone card. That's an old Nectar card. But yeah, they're perfectly good. And like I say, particularly children, they do really like the different sort of colours and shapes. And obviously if you buy them, sometimes you can get them with sort of grips. This is a nice one. I think this is one of my students' actually, but how thick's that one? 0.88. So some of them have like little grips to help you sort of keep hold of them and not drop them. Yeah, have a play. I remember also when I started holding a plectrum, started guitar and was learning how to hold a plectrum, I actually carried it around the house all day, just holding it and just sort of like kind of wobbling it around, just getting used to sort of the feeling of holding something, because generally what will happen is people will drop them a lot. And then the other thing is they hold them too tight. So you kind of want this loose, but you want it to actually sort of stay in your hand. So that does take a little bit of practice, but it doesn't have to be, you know, intense practice with a guitar. It can be, but you can also just, you know, hold your plectrum, just take it around. You know, you're going to be waving it around. You have to wave it around. So you can't just hold it still. Yeah, wave it around a little bit, and that should get you used to the plectrums. Little characters are quite cool. Okay, so I hope that's helpful. Yeah, do drop a comment if you want to see any more tuition videos like this. Little tips on how to do things, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.